Hello guys, welcome once again. In this video I will show you how to install Apache web server on your Ubuntu Linux operating system. So let's get started. First of all, open your terminal and just type in here sudo apt-get update and press enter, and it will update all the required repository if required in by Ubuntu. So let's wait for the completion. Once your updates are complete, I will clear my screen first, and now I will give the command to install Apache web server. So write on your terminal sudo apt-get install Apache 2 and press enter. And if you have the permission, just write Y here to allow it to install, and it will start installing Apache on your Ubuntu. It will take some time, basically few minutes, to install Apache in your system. So let's wait for that. Once the installation of Apache is complete, you will be able to see a message like OK here, and you will be able to see that this web server is configured as 127.0.1.1. Okay, so let's try and see whether it's really working or not, our web server. So I will open my browser, and in your browser you just need to give a command called localhost, which is the local host of your computer. And if you are able to see that this uh, uh, writing or this message, then it's installed. Apache 2 is installed in your system, but you still need to add some content, right? It's saying this. Or one more IP address you can use it with. This is your localhost IP address, which is 127.0.0.1, and it will still give you the message. Or one more IP address you can use it with this browser, and it will show the same result, which is your IP address of your computer. So I will clear my screen once again, and once again I will write here IP config and press enter. And oh, that was a wrong command. IP config, we use it with Windows operating system, and with our Linux operating system we use the command called ifconfig, right? So I will delete ipconfig and I will write ifconfig and press enter, and now you can see your IP address of your operating system, which is 172.16.80.128. So when I enter this IP address also, it will show the same message. So I will open the new tab here, and I will write the IP address of my computer, and press enter, and you still get the same message. That means you can check it on localhost or localhost IP address or the IP address of your computer, and it works. Now suppose you want to stop your web server. How can you stop it? Once again I will clear the screen, and in here I will write sudo and give a slash etc/init.d/apache2. so this is where, or this is the path where your Apache 2 is residing in the folder. And when you give any command with this path, for example, I will give stop and press enter, it will say okay, stopping web server Apache 2. So it has stopped our web server, and let's check now our web server is working or not by going on the browser and just refreshing this localhost web page once again. And this time you will be able to see this message. That means that our web server is no more working because we have already stopped the web server, right? So once, if you want to start it, just give this start command with your Apache 2, and when you press enter, now it says starting web server Apache 2. So now when once again I reload my page, I will be able to see this message. So in this way you can start or stop your web server. But there is one more command which can be useful and which is used generally, is reload command. So you can just write this message sudo and the path to the Apache web server, which is etc/init.d/apache2, and then write restart, and when I press enter, it says restarting web server. So whenever you make any changes in your web page, for example, and you want to start your web server without stopping it, then you need to give this command, and your web server will keep on running. It will just restart the web server once again, right? Now suppose you are seeing the default message which is generated by Apache folder, Apache index.html. So let's see where we can find this code or this HTML file on Apache, on our Ubuntu operating system. So this file you will be able to find in your, so I will write ls/var/www and press enter, and you will see here is a file called index.html, which is the index file of your Apache web server. So if I want to open this file, I will just write, for example, sudo gedit, so gedit, this gedit is a editor name. You can use nano or vim with this. So I'm using gedit editor to edit my index.html file, and I will write the name of my index.html. So I will write index.html, right, and I will press enter. I should have given the path to the HTML file, so I should give here /var/www/index.html, because there our index.html resides, right? We have seen it from here. And now when I give enter sign or enter command, you will be able to see the HTML file here, and now you can edit your file from here. Okay, so we have the body of our HTML file, and we have some paragraphs which are exactly as these paragraph. Suppose you want to edit this file, then what you need to do is just have some HTML code and edit this file with your HTML code. For example, I'm adding a table of 2 columns here, and I will press save, and now I will restart my web server, right? Or I don't need to restart. Let's try to refresh our local host, and now you can see this table which I have entered, or which I have edited in my HTML file. So now, using this HTML file, you can show your web pages and website on your web server, right? So I hope you learn the basics of installing and using Apache web server on your Ubuntu operating system, and I hope you have learned something new this time. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and bye for now.